Hi guys, my name is Esther. I'm a sophomore at Bridgewater Rainham. For our first presentation of the day, we are thrilled to hear from our very own Be in the Know Youth Coalition. This incredible group has worked tirelessly over the past 5 months to plan today's youth conference, and their dedication has made this event possible. Today, the coalition will be presenting on the theme of the conference, Perseverance. They will share powerful, real-life stories of perseverance and inner strength, reminding us all of the strength we carry within ourselves to overcome challenges and push through adversity.
Yeah.
My name is Lincoln. I'm a senior at Whitman-Hanton, and in addition to their presentation, the coalition will be leading today's icebreaker activity. So please make sure everyone at your table has a sticky note. Our volunteers just pass them out to each table. If you don't have one yet, please raise your hand and we'll bring some to your table. Let's give a huge round of applause to the Be in the Know Youth Coalition for all their hard work and dedication to making today a success.
To define perseverance, it is when you continue to do something regardless of how difficult it may be to achieve or complete. Now we will share some personal stories and celebrity stories centered around perseverance.
Hi, my name is Gianna. Like everyone here, I've dealt with really complex and really simple everyday issues. I found new ways to push through and learn from experiences. I grew up with the double-edged sword of being known as a straight-A student. And although many will view this as being a good student as a good thing, it also puts unreal expectations onto people. Self-worth is measured by grades, comparison, and competition, and you slowly believe that grades define you. When junior year of high school arrived, I was determined to beat the label hardest year of school. However, this year was challenging not academically, but for the fact that I was filled with anxiety and depression. With this, my grades were no longer in the pristine condition that they had always been, and I missed a ton of school. Devastating, yes, but I learned that in this, my knowledge and my experience cannot be measured with 5 different letters from the alphabet, but it can be defined by all the love and support I received from my friends, family, and school counselors. In this, my overall message is to everyone in here that might be struggling or has struggled with their mental health to keep up with the appearance of being a perfect student or just a perfect person. Perseverance surrounds us in really big and really small ways, and it's always important to remember that you're more than your grades.
My name is Lily Rose Proctor. I'm a sophomore at Southeastern in the criminal justice program. Being in the criminal justice program has taught me multiple things, some of which are critical thinking, empathy, and is equally important, perseverance. Throughout my life, I have been in many situations that have required me to persevere. When I was in 6th grade through 8th grade, I was removed from my house and put into foster care. I lived in multiple foster homes. I lived in Norton, Taunton, Berkeley, Raynham, Attleboro, Seekonk, and multiple more. Being in multiple areas and living with different families, I learned a lot. It was very hard to get along with other foster children who were dealing with their own personal problems and also the adults. Excuse me. Okay, 1 second, sorry. I lost my place. Okay, so I struggled in a lot of areas. I struggled being separated from my family, having to focus on school, and not being able to do the sports I wanted. As a result, it was hard to deal with my mental health. Every situation felt 10 times harder to deal with, and I felt very hopeless. It would have been really easy for me to fall into the wrong crowd. Everyone in my foster house was doing drugs or getting into fights, and I had to make the decision to separate myself from that. Choosing to focus on school for myself and my family was a hard thing to do. I knew I wanted to have a good future, so I constantly kept that in the back of my mind. Even though nothing was permanent, I never knew where I'd be living next. I focused on my future plans and pushed through. The whole experience taught me to be adaptable and to maintain focus on my future. This is how I persevered.
Hi, my name is Lincoln, and the time that I persevered was a few years back in my freshman year of high school. I was struggling with my ADHD and coming into high school after a fully online year of school.
This one.
One second.
What?
Full of distractions at home, which in turn caused me to be not super productive. I entered high school and treated my freshman year the same way and hardly passed any of my classes. After that year, I surrounded myself with motivating people and had enough perseverance to complete my next year of school with straight A's. And ever since then, my grades have improved, now in AP classes. Overall, I put in the work and didn't allow for my learning disability to define my academic experience.
My name is Olivia. Life changes in a quick second, especially when going to anaphylactic shock for the first time, or in my case, 11 times in the last year and a half. With my many visits to the emergency room and still no explanations, I've learned that this isn't something I can change. Not being in control of my own life scares me, but it's the fear of not surviving that drives me to persevere through the tough times and to find help when I need it. With the newfound support of my community, I've realized that what happens to me doesn't define me, and that no matter what happens, I can always thrive and adapt to life.
Please. Yes.
Hi, my name is Allie Quinlan and I'm a sophomore at Rising Tide. A struggle I've had to persevere through in my life was my physical health. Cystic fibrosis is a life-threatening disorder that I've had since I was born. Throughout my life, I've learned how to deal with it and how I can help other people struggling with their health. If you've also experienced an illness or injury, I know firsthand how it can affect a person's mental health. It is important for you to be physically healthy, but it is equally as important for you to be mentally healthy. If you or someone close to you is struggling with their physical health, don't hesitate to ask for help.
Hey, my name is Maurice. I'm a senior here.
Sorry about that. Hey, my name is Maureen, and I am a senior at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. From a young age, I've always felt as if I was not enough. It's a feeling that still haunts me to this day, but I couldn't tell you where it stemmed from. All I know is that the phrase, great or nothing, followed me like the plague. I believed that if I did not excel at every point in my life, I would not be loved. From then on, I worked to become the perfect student, the perfect friend, and the perfect daughter. This curse, as I like to call it, followed me until my junior year of high school. I remember crying after every little mistake I made or zoning out when I felt as if I said the wrong thing, when in reality I was just overthinking it. I missed so many sunrises being stuck in my head, hoping that I wouldn't say the wrong thing or make a single mistake. Everything had to be perfect. I couldn't bear the thought of making a mistake because to me, mistakes meant that I couldn't be loved. I was slowly torturing myself and I was highly aware of it. I just couldn't change it. But as I move on through my senior year of high school, I realized that I could not proceed to live in such despair and agony. I stopped acting like a robot that could only do as I was told. I realized that I am loved, even when I'm not perfect. I am supported by my friends, my family, and my classmates. I did not need to be perfect at the end of the day, and I will admit there are times that I feel as if I deserve no good, and that I am still not enough. But through these thoughts, I learned to battle them and become exquisitely myself. The world doesn't need a robot, and I am having fun being myself and finding a home within myself. I hope you are all able to find a home within yourselves and well able to grow in that. Thank you.
Imagine being watched by millions of people every day. Every outfit you wear, every word you say, every decision you make being analyzed, criticized, and picked apart. Now imagine dealing with that pressure while also struggling with your own self-doubt and anxiety. That's the reality that Taylor Swift has faced most of her life. Hello everyone, my name is Emily and I am a senior at Bristol Plymouth and I am so excited to be here today. For my celebrity study, I chose Taylor Swift, not just because she's one of the biggest names in music, but because of the way she has openly shared about her mental health struggles and how she has overcome them. In 2020, Taylor released a documentary on Netflix called Miss Americana. In this documentary, she revealed that she struggled with an eating disorder. She admitted that it was difficult for her to see unflattering images of herself or to hear negative comments about her body. Both of these led to her restricting her food intake at certain points in her career, but she eventually recognized the harm it was causing her and worked to develop a healthier relationship with food and her body. She has learned to reject unhealthy beauty standards and embrace a more balanced mindset about food and exercise. In 2015, Taylor's mom was diagnosed with cancer and a later diagnosis in 2019. Her mother's ongoing battle with cancer has been an emotional challenge for her. Taylor has shared that worrying about her family's health has caused intense anxiety and fear of loss. However, on top of this, Taylor has admitted that she struggled with perfectionism, feeling that she needed to be flawless to be accepted. The pressure to constantly top herself with each album and tour created significant stress. She has also faced anxiety over her reputation and longevity in the music industry, especially after facing backlash. In 2016, Taylor started taking multiple steps to reduce her anxiety. She took control of her narrative by stepping away from social media and choosing what she shares with the public. And she no longer engages with negative press or online hate, focusing instead on the opinions of people she trusts. Taylor has been honest about her struggles, helping to reduce stigma around anxiety and mental health. And she has also supported mental health organizations like Active Minds and encourages her fans to seek help when needed. Taylor has faced some intense anxiety from public scrutiny, career pressure, and personal hardships. However, through setting boundaries, writing music, prioritizing real relationships, and letting go of perfectionism, she has learned to manage her anxiety and focus on what truly matters. Her journey is a testament to the importance of self-care, resilience, and finding healthy ways to cope. I'd like to close out by saying that if you or anyone you know is feeling this way, know that you are not alone and there are people who are there for you and care about you. Thank you.
Hi. Again, I'm Olivia. I'm a freshman at BR, and this is Lindsay Lohan's story. Lindsay Lohan's struggles with alcohol and drug addiction began in her early 20s and became openly noticeable after a car accident she endured in 2007. Lindsay experienced a lot of mental health and physical health adversities before her recovery affecting relationships around her and her career. Lindsay Lohan has made numerous efforts to overcome her addiction, and she's received professional help through counseling and vast rehabilitation resources. Lindsay's story is a reminder that addiction is a complex process that does not define one or their past, and that with the care and support of others, anyone can receive the help they need.
Hi, my name is Everly Bubbins. I'm a sophomore at Whitman Hanson High School, and for my celebrity research, I chose Oprah Winfrey. Oprah was born into poverty and had an unstable childhood filled with abuse and trauma. Starting over by moving in with her father, who provided structure and stability to her, she intended to excel in the education she was given. Despite these challenges of an unstable home life, Oprah Winfrey made it a goal to build a life of her own and is now one of the most well-known and wealthy women in the world. This wouldn't have been made possible without not only her hard work, but her ability to face and work past adversity.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was good at it. He was good at it. He was either good or
Tyler Childress my name is Sasha Brent, and I'm a sophomore at Whitman Hanson. For my celebrity story, I chose Tyler Childress. He struggled with substance use for about 11 years, and he used substances as a way to cope with being away from home and his loved ones while he was on tour. From the love from his fans, he realized how many people admire and rely on him, and he was made aware of how harmful his decisions were. He has performed at countless music festivals, and now he has even performed at a charity event to raise money for addiction across Appalachia and has founded a relief fund. He has now been sober for 3.5 years, and he still fights for his sobriety. Thank you.
Hi again, my name's Esther and I go to Bridgewater Area Regional High School, and today I'm talking about LeBron James. During the 2011 NBA Finals, LeBron expressed that the high expectations led to a mental strain, making him lose the love for the game. Due to this, James has faced many remarks or criticism on social media. When talking in interviews, he has openly talked about how the remarks and comments on social media made him feel. During this time, it had a great effect on his mental health. How did he overcome this? Instead of listening to all the hate, he needed to build back his self-confidence. So instead, he thought of the process and not of the outcome. This also made him rethink self-awareness. He realized that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Instead of crashing out or using violence in any such ways, he learned how to stay calm during stressful games and practices, creating different ways to cope with stress and anxiety. He also looked for therapy. Being open and talking to others is a great way to cope with your stress. Ever since that period in his life, he has expressed mental health on his platform, as well as collaborating with the outcome to help others with their mental health.
Hi everyone, my name's Maddie and I'm a sophomore at BR. And my celebrity story is about Ryan Leaf, a former highly recruited first-round draft pick in the 1998 NFL Draft. He had a 4-year career in the NFL, and it was actually very disappointing. And to mask that disappointment, at the age of 28, he started taking BITK8. And during that 7-year addiction that ended at the age of 35, he did jail time, as well as 10 years of probation for breaking into homes and stealing drugs. He went through many treatment facilities, but eventually he did turn his life around. He speaks at Forum and is a role model for people who are struggling with addiction and mental health adversity. I got the chance to talk to him at a Forum last month, and it was awesome seeing him talk to youth and adults, and he's just such a role model for persevering.
You're going to be given a sticky note. Please use the markers provided to you guys to write down a story or a time that you persevered through something, whether it be big or small.
Like another hat. That's the one I was me.
There should be pens on your tables.
Wait. First, what am I putting these on?